Real estate income is often advertised as a passive income opportunity. Simply put money on property and watch your net worth rise like you bought a magic gold mine. But real estate investing is far from being the gold at the end of the rainbow. Let's talk about what it really means to own real estate and why it's far from passive income. What does passive income mean? Passive income is generally understood to mean a side business or investment that makes money without you having to put in additional time. The siren call of advertisers trying to lure you into their passive income program is usually make money while you sleep. It's definitely an attractive idea. Who wouldn't want more money with zero effort? If that sounds too good to be true, it's because it usually is. There are very few things that are actually passive income, in the sense that without you taking action, your money will make more money. A savings account is probably the fastest option. Anything that generates interest without you getting involved, like a long-term stock, bond, or CD, is also passive income. Many investments count, although short-term investments or stocks you have to pick and then keep an eye on can often feel like much more work than passive if you're hands-on with your portfolio. Often, even the more passive options require time spent managing the accounts, selecting stocks, and deciding when to pull your money out. When most people claim they're offering a passive income opportunity, they often mean what's more accurately called leveraged income. These are things that take an initial investment and can be automated or outsourced to some extent. For instance, earning recurring profits from selling an ebook or online course. People claim you can just set up the course or book and then watch the profits roll in, but the chance of that happening on its own is next to nothing. For most passive income plans, you will need to set up and maintain the infrastructure and marketing that actually sells and distributes the product. What seems easy at first can often have hidden tasks that, even if you outsource the doing of the task, require management and oversight. Some people will try to tell you real estate is passive income, and we're here to remind you that nothing good comes without hard work. But why do people often consider real estate to be passive income? Let's take a look at the IRS's official definition of passive income for purposes of tax reporting. The IRS classifies passive income as a trade or business activity that you don't materially participate in. That means any income where you aren't in there doing the work on a regular basis. So obviously, stocks and interest-based investments count. Just because you have Apple stock doesn't mean you're planting apples. You do other things while the company does its thing, and you hope they make good decisions and the stock goes up. The IRS will often classify something as passive income if it's an investment, but it's not your full-time job. So if you aren't a real estate professional, the IRS is likely to classify your real estate investment income as passive. However, as anyone who owns an income-generating property can tell you, it is anything but passive. Even if you're not the one directly managing the property, you will still be responsible for many decisions, and you are the one on the hook liability-wise. Let's take a deeper look into the real estate-specific responsibilities that keep real estate income from being truly passive. Of course, like all passive income, you have to select the right place to put your money. In the case of real estate investing, that means finding the right property and becoming its legal owner. Buying a house takes anywhere from at least 4 weeks to more than 6 months. However, 4 weeks is an incredibly fast timeline. Even if you find a property you would like to purchase, there are many steps before it can become yours. First, in today's competitive market, you may have to win a bidding war to purchase the house. In 2022, 48% of homes for sale received 3 or more offers. That means nearly half the homes on the market have people competing for the ability to purchase them. Given that prices and demand keep going up and will continue until the bubble finally bursts, you will be competing against a number of other people when you're looking for an investment property. Some looking to purchase a home may begin to feel hopeless. A home seeker can put in bids on over 5 houses and lose out to other prospective buyers on every single one. Once you finally win your bid and nail down the price and house you'll purchase, the process is far from over. After you've signed the contract, it can take 40 to 50 days before the ownership transition finally clears and the home is yours officially. This period includes loan approval, home inspection, appraisals, title searches, and loan closing, all before you get the keys. If you're not interested in residential investment and you'd rather own an apartment complex, be ready to put down more money, buy more insurance, and spend months and months finding the right property, obtaining finance, and closing. Let's say you finally buy the property. Is it time to sit back and let the cash roll in? Your responsibility doesn't end after the property becomes yours. Your responsibility is only the beginning. You are now responsible for paying property taxes and insurance costs. Hopefully your income from the property can cover this and other expenses. Perhaps you think once you buy the property, you can simply hire a property manager and sit back while you make your money. However, if you are the property owner, the buck stops with you. You are ultimately responsible for maintenance, at least financially. If you have hired someone to manage the property, they will likely pass on costs to you. So you will need to cover all repairs and other expenses. What else does a management company pass on to you? Liability. If they do a bad job or make a mistake and a tenant sues, they are going to sue you, the property owner. They may also sue the management company if they can prove their negligence, but you will likely also be included in the suit. It doesn't matter if you're not the one running the property, you own it, so it's your responsibility. It is possible to reduce your own personal liability. For instance, you could form an LLC or partnership. Forming these will take a lot of work and more contracts. A partnership or LLC are legal organizations, so you'll need to get a lawyer to help you do it right and protect your rights and money. Another problem is finding tenants in the first place. You will either have to advertise the space yourself or hire someone to do it for you. Your property management company might be good at this and include it in their contract, but they won't always have the marketing capabilities you need to sell in your area. Large complexes in big markets will often hire a separate company to help them keep units consistently sold, since empty units mean lost money. Before you expect people to sell your units, you need to make sure the property is attractive to prospective tenants. This will almost certainly require renovations. You will have to select a contractor and manage these repairs, or make sure your management company does it correctly, efficiently, and legally. You are responsible for these costs. Rental properties often have a lot of turnover, so keeping the building in good repair and even updating it for new tenants is a constant requirement. Remember, if you don't find tenants to pay your mortgage, you have to pay it yourself. Now you know more about the work that goes into owning and operating a rental property or investing in real estate. As we mentioned before, the only truly passive income is compound interest. There are some ways you can do this in real estate if you really want to get in the market, but not invest the amount of time necessary to be an owner or a landlord. Consider a real estate investment trust. These are companies that pool investor contributions to purchase or invest in income-producing real estate. The experience of investing in one of these trusts is a lot like buying into a mutual fund. You deposit money and someone else handles the maintenance of the fund. This is a good option because it often comes with diversification. If you're just stepping into buying property, you'll probably only purchase one type of property in one market, at least at first. An REIT is likely invested in several kinds of property in several different areas to mitigate risk. As far as the real estate world goes, an REIT is probably the closest you'll get to meaningfully passive income. If real estate is starting to sound like too much effort, especially with the housing bubble burst on the horizon, we have 9 investment options that are safer and easier. Watch this video to find out what you should buy instead of real estate.